Radio proudly presents the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show, starring Ian Pelham Turner and Helena CHARD. Brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence, Investors in People.
Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome. My name is Ian Pelham Turner. Welcome to our new show, the Royally Rich Lifestyle Show on ALB UK television. Let's roll the titles and get on with the show. Welcome back again. And so my first guest is my colleague, Helena CHARD, international royal broadcaster and photographer as well. So hopefully Helena is there to come and talk to me. Hello, Helena.
Hi, Mr. Pelham Turner. How are you? I'm sorry I can't be with you in person, but I'm still here in the UK, but working. But we'll be with you next week.
Excellent. It seems to be a bit quieter today. So
quieter without me being there.
Well, but it's
good.
It's good. At least we can talk. So Helena, obviously we've worked together for 14 years. We've done over 3,000 shows. We're really royal specialists. You're a really good royal photographer as well. Just talk to me a little bit about your interest with the royal family and the things that you do now.
Thank you for the introduction, Ian. So I'm a leading royal broadcaster, also specialising in photography and royal expert. And I have sort of like near 2 decades of experience. So really reporting on our wonderful royals for all the major platforms and radio platforms, and covering events and delivering, uplifting news, and really involving also royals, culture and tourism, I'd say, and all the richness that we have to offer. And this is something that I love doing. I know that you love doing. As we know, our royal family have such soft power. And I am so happy to report on all the things that are going on. And so I will be bringing regularly our Royally Rich Roundup, which I really look forward to bringing all our guests.
How do you think King Charles and William and Kate are doing at the moment? Do you think they are really bringing such great value to our country?
I do. I really do. The late Queen, sadly, she's not been gone for that long. And obviously, it's been a big shake-up, hasn't it? Her Majesty stood for so many things, and I think it's been harder for King Charles to ingratiate himself really with everybody. But I think he's done a great job. I think they've all done a great job. They're really centre stage, and everybody loves them. I mean, if you think about France and the recent trip, I mean, you'd imagine really that the French would really dislike our royal family, but it's quite the opposite. They love our royal family, which is bizarre, but you know, and I think our royal family do such a great job. And again, with the soft sell, I mean, recently talking about, you know, politically that there's various levels, but I would say from a fashion point of view, especially recently, everyone's talking about, you know, how the wonderful rich clothes that even King Charles wears, the suits and everything. And David Gandy, who's a really top model, when he was asked, you know, who do you look up to? Who's your special person? He said King Charles, which I think is super. So that I think stands out. And I remember the designer Amanda Wakely, who we actually did. You were with me, Ian. This was probably about 10 years ago, and we covered a fashion show for her. And we got some great photographs, but she has designed quite a few clothes and outfits for Princess Kate, even Meghan. And, you know, she having heard her talking, it's such a big business. It's something like 28 billion it's worth, you know, the fashion industry. And we have such, I mean, really, if you think about the Princess of Wales, and when she wears her clothes, especially now, the suits, and I know yesterday that wonderful yellow jacket she was wearing, it really means something. We're very lucky. And oh, there's so much I could go on and on and on, but I realise this is just an introduction to say, you know, that obviously I look forward to sharing these with you.
Do you have very quickly just one favourite story or one favourite image of the royal family that, you know, over the years, as you say, we've done so much together?
You know, I think for me, I always go back to, I have lots of interesting times where we've covered from a journalistic point or photography, but I think I always go back to Prince William and Kate Middleton's wedding. That was the 29th of April 2011, Westminster Abbey. And even now, it just feels like, you know, it feels like it was yesterday. It was such a lovely day. It was bright sunshine. There was an enormous amount of love. The late Queen Elizabeth II was so happy. Everyone was happy. And I just capturing beautiful photographs of Prince William, Kate Middleton, now the Prince and Princess of Wales. It will stay with me forever. And obviously we'll be sharing more of my photographs throughout the weeks and months to come.
Absolutely. And I think we both remember that time almost seesawing on a ladder trying to get images. So that memory will stay with me as well forever.
Yeah, I was thinking of the love and the wonderful stuff. Yes, I remember that. Yeah, it was funny. We can tell that story another time.
Absolutely. Helena, thank you so much for coming on today. And we're looking forward to you really being here next week as well. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. I look forward to it too.
Okay, so we're just going to take a short break now, and then I'm going to tell you about this incredible Rolls-Royce car that's worth £23 million. Well, welcome back. As I'm saying, there is the most incredible Rolls-Royce car that's been really established this year. It can be over $30 million, and it's called the Rolls-Royce La Rose Noir Droptail. What a name, but what a car as well at the same time. This is the most incredible car. According to Rolls-Royce, it has a modern interpretation of the road. A star body style droptail represents the next chapter of Rolls-Royce coach build. It's been crafted over 4 years. The colour of the black Barracuda rose was developed by 150 interactions at the time. That was the colours. It's taken 150 times to actually create the colour that it was. And Torsten Müller Otvas, who is the CEO of Rolls-Royce, said, "In every detail of this historic commission, there are echoes of Rolls-Royce history and heritage. And my goodness me, look at it, it's beautiful." So the car itself has powerful twin turbocharged engines, 6.75 litre V12 engines. And intricately inside 1,600 handcraft wooden components in the cabin, representing 2 years of craftsmanship to actually produce each one of these cars. So this car was really released to the world a few days ago in America, and it's being seen now as one of the most expensive cars in this world. So basically with the Royally Rich show, what we will be doing is not only highlighting luxury and the values, but also at the same time showing what Britain can be proud of. Britain is very proud of the Rolls-Royce emblem, that's for certain. It really epitomizes what Britain is all about: grandeur, style, elegance, and sophistication. So now we're going to take another short break, and then I will come back and we will talk about one of my favorite subjects. Yes, it's called afternoon tea. Welcome back. Well, what can I say about afternoon tea? It's been the ruin of me. I have to say, I was a mere stripling until I discovered afternoon teas, but I absolutely adore them now. And it was invented, would you believe, by Anna, the 7th Duchess of Bedford in 1840 at Woburn Abbey, which is just outside London. And Anna was the Victoria's Lady of the Bedchamber. So Queen Victoria used to go and visit her very, very often. To give you a little bit of the history behind the cake now, and you will see very shortly some images of what the afternoon tea looks like today as well. Basically, in those days, in the 1840s, women would have breakfast, and then they wouldn't have anything else to eat until really about 8 o'clock at night. Now, in those days, women wore very tight corsets that really restricted their body, and they would promenade up and down areas like Green Park in London every afternoon. But because they were so hungry as well, women were fainting. So Anna decided in her boudoir to actually have some sandwiches in the afternoon. And then one day she invited Queen Victoria to actually come and visit her during her boudoir ceremony of afternoon tea. And Queen Victoria was so enamored with this whole idea of creating afternoon teas as well, that she thought this is a great idea to introduce to the public. And within a short space of time, within 10 years, afternoon tea was the doyen of English performances and values, and they would come in their afternoon teas at hotels, restaurants, cafes in London, and it has become synonymous now, I think, with London at the same time. So when you look at the image now of a typical afternoon tea, it has cups of tea, but it also has sandwiches, it has scones, jam and cream, and it has cakes as well. So when you're visiting London, come and try one of our great afternoon teas. Some of the best places to go for are things like the Savoy, the Ritz, or Fortnum and Mason's. It costs some money, but incredible experiences for people who want to experience luxury as well. So now we're going to take another short break, and we will come back with another astounding story. Stay tuned. I go back to the late Princess Diana, and 3 of her dresses were bought by a lady several years ago, and who decided that she might be buying these dresses to actually make some money in the future to buy a house. And so basically at that time, she bought these 3 dresses for just £120,000. And recently in Hollywood, they were then sold, would you believe, for over 1.2 million instead. So the red dress that you can see on screen now is a Bruce Oldfield dress worn by Diana to the Hot Shots film. And that, would you believe, sold for £458,000. And then there's a second shot of the black velvet dress that will come up on screen in a minute. This one is the black and jade gown that was sold in Canada, and that was bought by a Canadian for $571,000, would you believe? And then finally, the black velvet dress, the one that you can see now, that was by Catherine Walker, as was the other black and jade gown, and that sold for £407,000. So they were sold at the Jolliens auctions in Beverly Hills, and part of its Legends Hollywood and Royal auction. So looking at it at the moment, you can see why she was always seen with great elegance, with great style, with great finesse. I worked with Princess Diana many, many times. I did, as a royal photographer before I became a royal broadcaster, I filmed Prince William's first baby Christmas shots with Charles and Diana at Kensington Palace and became a commissioned royal photographer through that. And eventually as well, I used to see her in different styles and different ways. And a lot of the times I did the behind the scenes photographs that weren't really for the public consumption, but were really records for the royal family and also for people and guests at particular events. So I remember Diana with great favor and great opportunities, great kindness that she showed me at the very start of my career. And really, she really helped me personally to become a top royal photographer as well, a commissioned royal photographer. And she really helped my journey in my early 30s, all the way through all the years that we worked together on different projects and different times. So I lament her passing, as does everyone else, but it also shows at the same time the style, the elegance, and the sophistication of Diana, the values that she had. She never, ever forgot the normal people, the people on the ground, the people who she would really go over to and make smile at the same time. And I think nowadays, although Meghan, Duchess, has really sort of caught a lot of flack at the moment, I think Meghan has a very similar style to her, where she never forgets the crowd, she never forgets the people, and I think she is a princess in waiting. Who knows, one of these days she may be allowed back, and Harry allowed back into the royal fold as well. I really hope so. So let's just take another short break, and then we'll roll back and find another fabulous story for our royally rich lifestyle show. Welcome back again. Well, there is a really interesting hotel and building that's been opened up in London. It's called the OWO, and that stands for the Old Wartime War Office. So this is the War Office in London that's now been redefined as a hotel and residences as well. And this is where Winston Churchill really planned a lot of his events during the Second World War at the same time. And Winston Churchill said of this building, "We shape our buildings, therefore we shape us too." So the building itself is really, some are residences and some parts of the building are going to be for hotel rooms as well. The 1 to 5 bedrooms residences, in fact, are being sold by Raffles as well, as a 5-star, including the 5-star hotel. And the residences alone will be sold for between 4 million and 30 million. So that's an incredible amount of money for just the residences alone. And the rooms will be going from £1,200 plus per night. They've been designed by Thierry Desplat Suites, and people may be interested to know, if any of you want to have a James Bond lifestyle, this could be the place to stay as well. Because Ian Fleming, who worked really during the Second World War, stayed and worked at this building as well, this Grade 2 listed building. So it has a lot of interest to it at the same time. The actual quality of the building, the excellence as well. The bedrooms are great. Raffles have really created a culture of really rich lifestyle and luxury at the same time. Within the hotel, and also to be part of partnership with the sales of the apartments at the same time. So the pure luxury of it, and perhaps we can see some interiors again of the building itself, it's incredible at the moment to actually see what is going on. You know, the luxury of the banisters, the stairwells, and so forth, you know, have great power to them at the same time. But you just look at the palisade, the opening of this. It is incredible to actually see and watch at the same time. So again, if you're in London and you really want something special, or perhaps you may want to have a James Bond lifestyle, knowing that the creator of James Bond, Ian Fleming, was there and it was part of the history of this building, come to the OWO Hotel by Raffles. And also, if you have the money, and a lot of people out there are still investing in London at the same time, 4 million to 30 million are the apartments that are going to be sold off as well. So let's just take another short break, and then we will come back with another incredible royal story. Stay tuned. And now I come back, and really I did an interview the other day with the ambassador of the International Royal Academy of United Nations. So let's play that video, and he will talk about the aspirations of London, the values of London, the values of his organisation, and the fact that he's going to be standing for Mayor of London too. Let's roll the tape. And now I'm speaking to Shyam Batra, the International Royal Academy of United Nations Ambassador in London. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Ian.
Now, first of all, tell me a little about this club. It's an incredible club. It's full of wealthy people, investors, royal families from around the world. Tell me a little bit about the history and the culture of what you represent.
Well, a colleague and friend of mine, Dr. Alexander, started this club in about 17 years ago. And this club is now pretty much all around the world, from the UAE to China. It has a lot of opulent figures inside it. It has, for example, the Prince of Monaco has been a club member for probably most of 10 to 11 years. He has also recommended. The club is a pure recommendations only club. You have to be known by somebody. You have to join a waiting list, and once you're approved, you get into the either standard club, the diamond version, the elite version, the prestigious version. There is a separate club for wives, women who are at a higher stance in life, diplomats, etc. And the women's club is an amazing club. It starts at 25,000 a year. So we intend to use this club in London. I'm the person that's about to set it up. Probably next year we will launch the club. And right now I am looking to run for Mayor of London, and the club is now giving me a proclamation and full support from all over the world, from presidents to mayors of different cities, to run for the Mayor of London job.
What do you think are the real values of London right now? I see it as an incredible community of investment opportunities, heritage, culture, our tremendous royal family. You have members of the royal family within your clubs as well.
Yes.
What are the values that you see in London?
I have to say we have probably the best royal family in the world. We're lucky, very, very lucky to have such a dignified king who I'm sure will support our club, and we would like to invite him in formally. But my vision for London is amazing. I just can't say. I've got great things to say about London. London is probably, I will turn it into the most vibrant city of the world. I think it has immense qualities. There is infrastructure to be done. Communication we can work on. But the infrastructure, we could invest up to 200 billion. I have people that will invest. And most of these people will come from our clubs and other people that we know. But once that investment comes in, we will turn London into the most spectacular city of the world. We want to see everything happen happy.
At the moment, of course, it is a great city, and obviously by the sound of your explanation today, the explanation is all about improving it even further.
Oh, yes.
So you want to become the ambassador of hope for London, I understand.
I am the ambassador of hope. I think that we've got a great potential in our city. There are lots of things that people need to do. We want to eradicate, most important stuff is like cost of living crisis. We can change that overnight. It's a very simple system.
But in reality as well, when people come to London, investors, tourists, what do you want them to see in the future?
Oh, I want them to invest in our London. I want to build more properties. I want to invite lots of people from all over the world to come and buy our properties, come and be part of our London city. I mean, let's face it, Ian, London is probably the most unique city in the world. For example, we have the City of London. Nobody has this type of opulence from history gone far beyond. And we think that lots of people will come in and invest with us. We want to see tourism rise like you've never seen before. I'd like to see queues and queues of people at the airport waiting to come in to see our vibrant city.
Finally, in a few words, what's your vision for the future?
Oh, my vision is amazing. I intend to do great things. And when the time is right, of course, I will tell you. But the city, our emblem for our mayorship is going to be city. And I will explain that to you later when the time is right.
Thank you so much for your time today. We wish you all the best. And obviously, we will be seeing you regularly on the Royally Rich Show on ALB UK TV. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
What an incredible interview, an incredible man. And Shane Batra is really going to be, I hope, the next mayor of London when the elections are happening next May. So finally now, I'm going to just have another short break, and then we're going to bring some of the wonderful hotels that are happening and the most really luxury opportunities that there are in Albania, and especially in my favorite city, Durrës. Short break, please come back. Well, I've been enamored by the values of Albania for many years, and really travel guides like Condé Nast have always said that Albania as a country for tourism has always been underrated, and it's one of the most spectacular places and one of the most luxurious places you can actually have as well. So basically, we're showing the slides of Villa Pascucci Hotel in Durrës. And look at it. Doesn't it look stunning? It starts with bedrooms from just 115 euros a night. And goes up to 370 euros. But look at it. This is the type of hotel in London that you would be adding a zero to. So it would be, you know, it really is the opulence of this place as well. It has Baroque architecture and is decorated with a roof garden at the same time. It also has a spa and exclusive events at the same time. And really the values of Albania are incredible, Durrës especially. And what I sort of say a lot of the time is, it doesn't have to cost a fortune to experience great luxury. And Albania is one of these countries that really has 30 degrees of heat 300 days of the year. And it's really opposite Italy. And the values, the people, they all speak very good English. The values of the hotel itself are incredible. They really are. So the Villa Pascucci, what an incredible hotel. It just shows the values of the luxury of Albania as well. That is a country that I would really recommend you visit if you want luxury at not too much of a cost as well. So now we're going to take another short break, and then we're going to come on with the wonderful Philip Sykes, who is an etiquette expert and will give us a really good understanding of the values of today.
This program is brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes. Building confidence, changing lives. Do you share our view that etiquette is a set of modern life skills that are essential for personal and professional success? Join us as an etiquette coach and change people's lives through the power of etiquette and manners.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had a trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I find really I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school, this class is the best, this is the best school ever.
You should take it. It's just, it will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, BSc.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our clients for their testimonials on the Train the Trainer program. Our exponential and global growth is so significant that we've evolved from the British School of Etiquette to the British School of Excellence, where we're investors in people. Let us invest in you and your career. Contact us to become an etiquette coach. Go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Start your career and elevate your success today.
So welcome back. And here again is the wonderful Philip Sykes. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you, Ian. How are you?
Well, it's been a pretty busy time, as you can understand, with all the royal things, this brand new show that you're going to be part of regularly as well, and trying to put all the different parts of the puzzle together. But I think, finally, fingers crossed, we are there. We are up and running as well. So I'm very, very pleased to have you on board at the same time. So, Philip, can you just really, first of all, describe a little about your company and what you actually do?
Certainly. It's a joy to be here and a wonderful, a great honour. The British School of Etiquette, which was formerly known as the British School of Excellence, was founded in 2013. And our organisation is very, very focused on giving people the tools to be better than they were yesterday. And our organisation's vision and focus and philosophy is very much focused on the power of etiquette, manners, incorporating our emotional intelligence. And this organization was founded on 6 key pillars. And the first one is, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. The second one is very much about having a what can I do for you attitude. How can I support you? How can I help you? What can I do for you? The third one is the ability to put people at ease in a very short space of time. Give them that amazing feeling of being welcomed and comfortable. The fourth one is very much, if we all go out there and do an amazing random act of goodness and kindness, pay someone a compliment, I truly believe we can set the world in the right direction. The fifth one is very much about there's one race, and that's the human race. We need to put the past behind us, be very present, and look toward the future. And the final one really is we as human beings all have a duty in this world, and that is to guide and steer, and in other words, be shepherds to whoever we can be, but predominantly for our youngsters so that we can guide and steer them because they are the future. So at the British School of Excellence, we focus on not just etiquette and manners and all that sort of thing. And it's not a list of no's and do's and don'ts and all those sort of things. It's very much about how do we show up as human beings.
Thank you, Philip. Do you think these days that values have changed, that etiquette has changed, perhaps even manners has changed? What do you think?
Yeah, London is a melting pot for incredible people and people from all over the world that have ascended onto London and pay great respect to London. But human beings, I feel now the world's become incredibly digital. People are wanting that instant gratification. And there's a lot of me attitude in the world. And we as human beings have really become definitely a lot more selfish. But having said that, it doesn't detract from the fact that people do still hopefully mind their manners and their etiquette. And, you know, the etiquette is very much those sort of rules of engagement, especially when it comes to, you know, multicultural world and society. And that shows huge respect. But it has moved fast. Yeah? And again, just this sort of medium now is having, you know, etiquette when you're online, and how do you connect and how do you engage with people? How do you build that rapport? There are all these skill sets that one really needs and requires to bring on that, or put their best foot forward and bring on a very professional sort of approach into their world.
I know that you have a lot of overseas people coming into London just purely to be trained by you, but also you work with children. Tell me a little bit about your work with children.
Work with children, we generally start as an organisation from about the age of around 6, 7 years old. And it's really giving them those quintessential tools. Again, not a list of do's and don'ts. It's giving them that ability to build their confidence, to really put their best foot forward, to understand how important it is to make eye contact with the person you're making or greeting, how if a handshake is appropriate, how to shake hands with confidence. If a handshake is not appropriate, what other forms of body language can we convey to connect with people? We talk about the importance of a smile. We talk and we guide and steer on again, delving into the mindset and giving children the tools, as we would with any adults, on something we've found that most people, if they adopt it, their lives start to change. And that is what we call the 6-second rule. So encouraging the youngsters on our program to adopt the 6-second rule. So, for example, mum and dad might be talking and the child saying, mummy, mummy, mummy. It's important for the mum to acknowledge his or her, their son or daughter, and then go back to their conversation with her partner, and then that child uses a 6-second rule just to slow down and stop interrupting and that sort of thing. And again, we as human beings, detracting into all of our sort of age groups, it helps us when it comes to, you know, conflict. It helps us when it comes to, you know, making a decision. If we just learn to slow down, we really do start to make better decisions and have better temperaments. And how we connect and really react to people. Not only that, it is something that we really need to think very deep and hard about, because our emotions trigger us, and this is something that children will see in adults. You know, it's the old adage in life, and monkey see, monkey do. And if a child is shown something in a certain way, they're going to learn that certain way. And so we very much focus on guiding and steering the children on a sort of a program that gives them the confidence and the ability to make friends easily, to really establish good rapport with people around them, how to sort of be more focused and more present, because again, the digital world is so powerful. And again, it's also about giving the parents the right tools and guidance on how and what they've got to do in order to complement the coaching and training that we deliver.
Philip, sorry, we're very short on time today, so thank you.